Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my family member, friends and subscribers all over the world. Yes, it's that time of the week again. It is the testimonial of the week. I just want to tell you a bit about the power of LifeWays X39 to reactivate your own stem cells and add new ones. The testimonial for 2024 week number 22 is lung disease. As you can see, we hold 180 patents on the products, so you can only get this product from us at LifeWays. It's the only technology of its kind in the world today. And I just want to welcome you to the LifeWay families. Please like, subscribe and share my YouTube channel. If you subscribe, you'll get testimonial of the week automatically. On my landing page on my YouTube channel, you'll find a list of diseases, sicknesses and issues that people are having all over the world. If you go through it and one relates to one of your family member, friends or loved ones, drop me a message with the one that they're having issues with, and I'll send you live testimonials from all over the world from people that are on this miracle patch of X39. Now, when I saw this testimonial, I thought of one of our dear friends that we've been friends for years and hasn't seen them for a very long time. Her name is Bobby. Bobby, toe ek hierdie testimonial gesien het ek dadelik aan jou gedink. Sal jy asseblief net die video deurkyk en dan kan jy sien hoe sterk is hierdie miracle patch van ons. But I would like to see you again. So on the next slide is of how the product works, and one of our doctors on our LifeWay family panel telling you how he's using this patch for his clients and the benefits of thereof. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you on the next slide. Thank you.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWaves phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally.
X39 right off the bat?
My name is Leland Stillman. I am a local general internist who specializes in integrative and natural medicine. For those of you from Tampa area, hello. I'm new to the area. We're taking new patients, for the record. So my friend Renita Brannon, I met through some really wonderful like-minded people, and she kept bugging me about this. And in the integrative wellness space, I'm sure you know, there's a lot of products, there's a lot of network marketing products, and there's not necessarily a lot of good network marketing products. And she kept telling me that I had to check this out, and so I did, and I started recommending it to my email list and my patients, and then the reviews started rolling in. And people were happy, people were getting results that I couldn't get with supplements and diet and lifestyle changes in a lot of cases, and people kept signing up and kept renewing. So that's how I got here.
All right. Friends are just like all of us. They want to have fun. They want more for, obviously they have their practice. They want to bless their people, but you know, they're protected in their offices. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't get to them, but they really, once you get to know them, and it's fun. Where else can all of us be connected together in a cause to bless other people? And that's what their main focus is. So Dr. Stillman, I've listened to some of your podcasts, so I'm pretty up on some of the stuff you got. And I'm really excited about the peptides. Now, we talk about the copper peptides. Can you kind of jump in and talk a little bit about peptides and explain so we can all understand the importance of peptides?
Yes, so for those of you who don't know, peptides are really how this whole product works. Now, peptides can be anything from a few amino acids long, amino acids are the building blocks of protein, up to hundreds or over 100 sequences or amino acids long. When you start changing what peptides are doing, the way I look at peptides and proteins and enzymes is they're basically like the tools the body uses to get things done. And what you're seeing when you're using these patches is the manifestation of these proteins doing the work inside the body. And part of what finally, because I have a similar story to him, I was very skeptical. Renita would not stop blowing my phone up, and I'm grateful that she did. Because, you know, I get approached with tons of products. I'm probably only affiliated with a half a dozen brands at most because of the sheer number of products out there and the fact that I don't need a whole lot to get people better. So with peptides, the way that these peptides work, at least, particularly the X39 and the X49, is they take free copper in your body and in your body's tissues and in your bloodstream, and they put it to work doing what it's supposed to be doing in the GHK and AHK peptides. That's what you get the wound healing from, that's what you get the regeneration from, that's where you're seeing people's neurological issues go away. That was the thing that won me over, was particularly seeing people with neurological issues give me testimonials and say, this has been amazing for my MS flares, this has been amazing for my foot pain that nothing else has helped, et cetera, et cetera. The thing that I want you all to know about peptides is that peptides can also be injected. Now, why do they have to be injected? Because your stomach has got stomach acid and enzymes that break down proteins, amino acids, and peptides. That's why you can't eat GHK peptide or AHK peptide and get the therapeutic effects that you would get with the LifeWave patches, right? Otherwise, we'd put this in a pill, wouldn't we? Because people are ready to buy a pill. They're used to that. They're like a little bit more skeptical of patches. The thing is, if you're going to bypass the stomach, you have to put it through the skin. So what do? You draw it up with a needle. The most common peptide that all of you have heard of is actually called insulin. It was the first peptide used therapeutically in the world, and of course it's a life-saving medication. But now we're using more and more and more peptides. The world of anti-aging, regenerative medicine is just exploding with these peptides. Whole books are being written about them, more and more being characterized, more and more being synthesized. People are importing these from other countries. Compounding pharmacies are using them, and people are getting great results. But here's the thing. 80% of the public doesn't want to inject themselves or have their family inject them with anything. They just want to live their life and be left alone. The beauty of the LifeWave patches is that they provide the benefit of peptides without requiring the needles. You don't have to keep track of the needles. You don't have to worry about needle sticks or accidental needle sticks. You don't have to worry about contaminating yourself with somebody else with a needle. You don't have to worry about any of that. You don't have to go through the pain and discomfort. You don't have to get used to injecting yourself, which of course a lot of people have to because they may have diabetes or some other reason they've got to inject. And that was why I started to use them. The other reason why, and that's so important, is that I want you all to know that much of the disease that you're seeing today is related to minerals being dysregulated in the body. And I started to use minerals in my practice some years ago and was really shocked by the results. And that's why when I heard, oh, this is basically a platform that allows me to put minerals to work in the body, well, no wonder it's getting me great results. Copper in particular is really important, because when copper gets free and is not bound to the proteins that it's supposed to be using or used by, it will create a lot of free radical damage and a lot of inflammation. And so the minute I saw, okay, people's symptoms are getting better or going away, and then they're actually regenerating, well, this makes sense. We're taking away the source of the damage and we're actually putting it to good use. And there's a lot more to minerals and mineral balancing, which I do in my practice, which you can find at stillmanmd.com. That's Stillman, just like it sounds. MD is a medical doctor. Yeah, and that's peptides.
I really have to believe that all the stuff that you've been doing, the different injections, the different therapies that you've had, you got to be like, it had to be tough for you to think a quarter-sized patch is going to do this kind of thing. I mean, it really intrigues me by all the stuff you're talking about, and here we got a quarter-size everything, but it can do, for all those people that don't want to be injected, it really can do some work and help them out.
It actually wasn't that much of a stretch, and I want to tell you why. So I fell down the rabbit hole of what you might call quantum medicine 4, 5, 6 years ago. And I was fascinated. I mean, I couldn't stop reading, just paper after paper and book after book, because this is stuff that got lost on the conventional medical community because of the push for pharmaceutical drugs and surgeries, because as you all realize, that's how the system makes its money, right? When the pills are not rolling off of the prescription delivery line, when the surgeons are not taking patients to the OR, no one is getting paid. There's nothing wrong with surgery. I refer to surgeons. I had a surgery on Thursday for aplastic nevus on my shoulder. But we need to be helping people to stay healthy, now more than ever. I mean, I can't stress that enough. This country's in so much trouble, this world's in so much trouble because people are not well. And you can unlock the healing potential in somebody's body by helping them or by getting different types of light into their life. And when I started to hear people in this world of LifeWave talk about guys like Robert O. Becker and his work on the body electric and electrical current and regeneration, I read Becker's work 4, 5, 6 years ago, where he talks about how the body is this big electrical system. That's how acupuncture works. That's why the AccuLife patches make so much sense for me. And I've been using light since then. I mean, I'll have people buy these very expensive, very sophisticated light therapy products that have the same peaks at these patches. And this was another thing that got me off the fence, is I had a number of patients say to me, Dr. Stillman, it's really great that you want us to all go out and get sunlight for vitamin D and infrared light, and you want us to buy saunas and sit in them for 20 minutes or 40 minutes, or you want us to get these fancy lights that are $250 to get started and $1,000 for the big nice ones. But A, we don't want to put that money down on that right now, and B, I don't have 20 minutes to do more than brush my teeth and shower in the morning. I have kids, I have dependent parents, I have a job, I want to be able to go to the gym, I want to be able to have a life. So what can you give me that fits into my life? And that's what's great about these, is that they're on my desk. So the first thing I do in the morning, if you watch my lives on YouTube at 9 a.m. Eastern, you'll often see me actually put the patches on myself because they're on my desk.
So you see, guys, this is the medical patch. It's just like a plaster. All you have to do is take the back off, stick it on the back of your neck, and and get the miracles out of it. So as you can see on the slide here, that shows you how it works, and that's a non-invasive patch. Nothing goes into your body. So if you're taking tablets and that, you can stick this on, and remember, you stick it on, your body heat and light activates this, and it works. It re-energizes your copper peptides in the brain, which in turn reactivates your own stem cells in your body. So whatever's fighting is from your body. It's your stem cells repairing your body from within out. So it's a non-invasive patch, it's a medical patch. All you do, stick it on and wait for all the things to take place. So that's how easy it is. It's simple and it's a no-brainer. So on the next slide, you'll oh yes, and you see that guy's a doctor on our panel, our Lifeway family. He's one of the thousands of doctors that we've got on in the Lifeway family. So on the next slide, you'll see a lady that has got a lung disease, like, and she'll tell you she was virtually, well, according to her, a week away from passing away when the guy brought the patch, and now she's up and running and going around. So I'll see you on the next slide. Thank you.
This disease is not about breathing in necessarily. It's about being able to exhale so that you can take your next breath. And so there's almost a little dance I do. You know, I'm not doing it now, but I've had to do in the past where I have to blow out as much as I can and hope I have enough breath to actually breathe in these powders and the spray. And so, yeah, it was getting very, very close, actually. Who can ever say for sure, but I didn't have another 2 weeks left in me. That's for certain. That's for absolute certain. It was getting down to days. My indicator was going to be when I was no longer able to breathe in my medicine. And pretty much the day, my plan was that I wasn't going to be able to inhale my medications. I was going to make arrangements to go into the hospital for simply comfort and care, which means no life-saving procedures to be used, no medications, except for what would make me comfortable. And she said, no, Krista, that's not what this is about. It's the technology and the science in this patch. She said, there's someone in the neighborhood who wants to bring you a patch. And I met the gentleman that brought me the patch, and we were talking for a few moments, and he started to take the patch out of his pouch and told me to be careful, you know, in handling it. But the minute it touched my fingers, the very minute it touched my fingers, I knew immediately. Actually, I knew immediately that I made it. That I made it long enough to get what I've been praying for, what I've been asking for. My stem cells. I knew I was getting something, and it reminded me of that book that I read 26 years earlier that I'd long forgotten, saying how we couldn't, you know, that our bodies would have a very difficult time in the future navigating all the difficulties, you know, physically, that our physical apparatus was going to be bombarded with poisons and contamination and pollution, and that there would be scientific breakthroughs that would be not of the allopathic nature, that would be kind of under the radar, so to speak. She might have even used the word underground. But, you know, I'd long forgotten that passage. And the minute my fingers touched that patch, I knew for sure that this was it. This was for me. This was, I don't know, I guess I could go as far as to say this was my salvation. So, yeah, I was completely convinced before I even put it on my skin. I was convinced that this was meant to be for me. It's kind of a funny thing. It's sort of like the brain does a really funny thing. It's like when you have a headache, you take an aspirin, and you can't pinpoint the exact moment where the headache goes away. And in fact, if you're not prone to having a headache, then even if it was a really bad one, someone might say to you a couple days later, hey, is your head better? Do you still have a headache? And your brain will just be like, I don't even remember that headache. Well, I remember this because it was so profound. Somewhere within the first hour, possibly 2 hours, I can't say exactly, but I noticed that the ache in my lungs was gone. And when I used the bathroom, I wasn't panting, or it wasn't hard for me to breathe. I was still on my oxygen, but bending over or doing the things I needed to do in order to get there, I didn't have the angina. So I wasn't feeling like I was having a heart attack, and I was like, I kind of felt like somebody had taken these 1,000-pound weights that were on the bottom of my feet and just cut me free. And it was exhilarating and exciting and crazy good, and I didn't know how to explain it because it was so crazy good. And then I started noticing other little things, like I noticed throughout the next day that I didn't wake up being dehydrated, and I need to backpedal just a little bit on that, because people who have lung issues, asthma, emphysema, COPD, whatever the lung issues are, have a tendency to always be dehydrated because they're always laboring. Talking is a labor, coughing is a huge labor, and so the body doesn't hold fluid. And so every single day for many years, I would wake up with my tongue almost like papyrus, like someone could write an actual paragraph on my tongue. And my eyelids felt like they were sandpaper instead of my eyelids, because my eyes were so dry and my mouth was so dry. And it's actually one of the reasons why I couldn't wear one of my medical contraptions, the CPAP machine, because it dehydrated me even further. And so I noticed I have saliva in my mouth and my eyes don't hurt at all. I can blink them. And this is like now within less than 24 hours of the time I put the patch on for the first time. So I got really excited, like right away. In fact, probably by the second day I was out of bed, showering, doing whatever. It was like a brand new me. Now I'm back driving and out socializing and telling everybody who will listen to me about this patch. Because I want everybody I love, even people I don't know, I want them to have a good life, a better life, a happy life, a healthy life with freedom. I want my freedom back. It's coming. I've already gotten, I don't know if you can even give it a percentage. I don't know if it's clever to do that or not, but you know, like I said, I didn't know that I was ever going to be able to get in my car and drive anywhere. And so now I can. I've gone to restaurants. I never thought I would do that again. And you know what else? This is what else has changed. Since I'm able to hydrate, the coughing has been so much easier. I'm not up 2 or 3 times in the night. I don't wake up in panic like my toes in a light socket. I realize it's safe to be in this body. And I haven't felt that way. Well, actually, I haven't felt that way for about almost 15 years. It's big. Really big. I'm so grateful.
So you see, people, this is the vertical patch here. That's how it looks. You get it. It's we call it a sleeve. There's 30 patches in here. So it's a no-brainer, guys. If it can do something to a person that's been for 40 years with asthma, she's living now a happy, younger and healthier life. So don't even think twice. This slide here is clinical studies that has been done, and the bottom of there is the results thereof. So it's a no-brainer. Okay, I'll see you on the next slide. Thank you. Bye. So guys, you see, this is a real miracle patch. What it can do, you've heard from our doctors that they are helping their patients with this miracle patch. Guys, please, it's this is the power of Lifeways, and with the genius of David Schmidt, the founder and CEO of the company. Please like, subscribe and share my channel to people that are suffering in the world today, and let's see if we can help them. If you get onto my YouTube channel, the first page is a landing page. There's a list of all diseases, issues and sicknesses that people are having around the world. If you see one there relating to one of your family member, friends or loved ones, drop me a message on the number below, to WhatsApp or Telegram or even on the YouTube comments, and I'll return you testimonials of people that are using the patch on the same disease and what it's done for them, so you can see for yourself the power of Lifeways. So please subscribe on my channel for your weekly testimonial. There's a weekly testimonial every week of different diseases and that. On my YouTube channel there's already 22 testimonials of different diseases, cancers, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease, you name it. This thing doesn't only repair one thing, it repairs your whole body. Because once you turn 30, you lose half of your stem cells, and when you turn 60, you lose the rest. So you haven't got any working stem cells in your body. So this reactivates it, and when it reactivates your stem cells, it even cleans, takes a blockage away in your arteries to your heart, and gives you clear, you can think clearly. It repairs your whole body, from arthritis to headaches to diabetes. On the list you'll see what it does, but you can see it repairs everything in your body, even like if you've got back pain with back injuries on your back, had operations or something. A lot of people suffer with the pain and that now. So what this does, it even builds up your cartridges in between your vertebrae and all that in your back. So this is a no-brainer. This was sent from above. I strictly believe it. I've helped a friend of mine that also wouldn't have made the end of 2023, and he's back at work. They cut his chemo down. He's got colon cancer, and when I saw him, that's when I remembered I made a promise to myself to help people that are in pain and that are suffering all over the world. So guys, it's a no-brainer. Drop me a message. If you want to get involved in the product, drop me a message as well, and I'll hook you up to the product. There's a couple of ways that you can get registered with Lifeways, but you'll have to come back to me so that I can give you a link to join Lifeways. Otherwise, you won't be able to join them without somebody that told you the product. And if you want to see more, let me know. We have Zoom meetings virtually every night of the week, telling people about the patches and how they work and what they're doing, and you know, all that type of thing. So guys, I'll see you next week for the next testimonial. So please stay safe, stay healthy, and stay strong, and I'll see you next Saturday for the next one. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending the time with us, and please take a deep thought of this product, because you won't get it anywhere else in the world. We sit with 180 patents on the products, and it's the only technology of its kind in the world. So thank you, enjoy your week, and I'll see you back next week. Thank you.